Hi, I'm Russell Evans, and I've got a story to tell you. So there was a client who went to see a therapist, and the client said, I'm feeling really lonely and disconnected from everybody around me." And the therapist said, "Well, you should just go home and spend a couple of hours on social media every night. That'll take care of it." And to me, the funny thing about this story is that I'm that client and you're that client. And even though we know that that advice is ridiculous, we do that every night and every day because we seek connection and we feel lonely. And unfortunately, oftentimes the places that we're looking to get it aren't really working for us. I mean, nobody scrolled through Facebook for an hour and then got off it saying, I feel really emotionally and spiritually fulfilled right now. So, mhm, mhm, mhm. Mm. Hi, I'm Russell Evans, and I've got a story to tell you. So, there was a client who went to a therapist once, and the client said, I'm feeling really lonely and socially isolated, and I'm just looking for connection. And the therapist said, Well, you know what? Just go home and spend a couple hours on social media every night. That'll take care of it. And the funny thing for me about that is that even though we can recognize the absurdity of something like that, it's true. We are that person. And that's what we do. Hi, I'm Russell Evans, and I've got a story to tell you. There's a guy who went to a therapist once, and he was just saying, Hey, I feel really lonely and isolated. And the therapist said, Well, you know what? Just go home and get on social media for an hour each night. That should take care of it. And the reason that that's funny for me is that I'm that person, and so are you. We've all been there. Social media does a lot of great things, but it's causing some problems too. And so, I mean, nobody's ever spent an hour swiping and scrolling and said, I feel totally spiritually and emotionally fulfilled from this experience. So that's something that I want to change. And I think that we need to change that to make the world a better place. So when I think, well, what makes something a meaningful experience that's going to be really fulfilling for us? And I can narrow it down to two things. The first is that the experience has a quality of listening. So when I'm talking and somebody takes the time to consider who I am and where I'm coming from and my point of view, it doesn't even matter to me if they agree with me or not. What matters most of the time is that they take the time to listen. That is such a generous gift. And so when I'm offered that, I want to offer that in return. Now, with that said, I don't want to just listen to people ramble about whatever. I only really want to listen to people talk about the things that really matter. So that's the second quality. It's this sense of what does it mean to be a parent? What does it mean to live in a community? And what does it mean to live in a country? These big universal questions that we all should be considering. So I work for an organization called My Neighbor's Voice. And what's great is we've figured out a way to moderate online forums where Next time it's 8 p.m. and you want to connect and have a meaningful, enriching conversation, you can log on and we're going to be facilitating those. I'm doing a special one for altMBA students on Thursday morning. I'll send you the link at the end of this video. But what's unique about the experience that we've developed is that everybody gets the chance to speak and answer these fundamental questions and to be heard. And because there's a moderator to make sure that everybody follows the rules, people learn to listen. And when we learn to listen, we can connect. So I'm so grateful to be part of the altMBA. And I hope you join me Thursday morning. Thank you.